you lovely people! Can you hear me? We can feel very insignificant against the scale and urgency of our planetary crisis. But I'm here to tell you that we are very important people. We, the people, together, across the world, are what's standing between the big companies, inactive governments, and the protection of our living planet, us. I've been really reluctant up to now to speak at the youth climate strikes because I felt we were hearing far too much from adults, even at your events. Many of you, like you've just said, are not old enough to vote. The school strikes have given you a voice, and the last thing I would ever want to do is to take that away from you. I was late in understanding about the climate and extinction emergency, and when I did in 2014, one of the things that inspired me the most was watching videos of a young Indigenous activist called Cat Martinez, and I apologise to him if I've said his name wrong. He's youth director for Earth Guardians. Look them up, they're awesome. It's in more than 60 countries. From the age of 6, he's been an activist from the environment and social justice. And, you know, we're often criticised that the climate movement is very white. We need to learn from other people and countries because we've got a lot to learn, and they've got so much to teach us. From the age of 6, he's been an activist for the environment and social justice, and he's 18 now, and he led the climate school strikes long before they hit the media. He's advocated years for protection against the fossil fuel industry. He's spoken at the United Nations, and he's part of Youth v Gov. So if you haven't heard of that, look that up as well. That's a court case taking place in the United States. It's taking the government to court in the States for a climate recovery plan. That's what we want, a climate recovery plan. Like Greta says, none of us are too small to make a difference. I'm in awe of Hilda, founder of Fridays for Future Uganda, whose family had to sell their land to survive after floods washed away all their crops. I'm in awe of Arshak Makichan, I don't know how to say his name. He's climate striking in Russia, where he was arrested for mass protest when assembled with only 2 others. He missed his trial yesterday because he's on his way to the climate talks in Spain, the international ones. And I really hope he's okay, so if you can look him up and give him support, that would be awesome. There are so many others. You young people here today are agents of change, and we adults have so much respect and appreciation for you. As well as catapulting me to my own actions, including copying Cat by taking the UK government to court last year with the charity Plan B Earth, one of the things he said I've taken very much to heart. To quote him, young people don't want adults to stand up for them. They want adults to stand with them. So I'm mainly here to say that I and the other adults are here as allies in the fight for your futures. And I want you to tell us how we can help you. I'm also here as a children's doctor. I work at the Norfolk and Norwich, and I have a duty of care for children, and I'm a mum too. I'm not here standing alone. 400 doctors have signed an open letter I wrote supporting you on your strike. The UK's Royal College of Emergency Medicine has just declared a climate emergency, and other health bodies are doing the same. Doctors know how to recognise an emergency when they see it. Climate change is a health issue, and it's especially a child health issue. Every passing minute that we delay in acting now is storing up catastrophe for a child born today or 20 years ago. That's Professor Hugh Montgomery, who's lead author of the just published New Lancet Countdown report. But here's the thing. Healthy cities, healthy food systems, clean energy transport, all these things would improve mental health and physical health in too many ways to explain in this speech, or you'd be bored helpless. Reductions in asthma, type 2 diabetes, cancer, depression, heart disease, the list goes on. The Lancet also states, a second path limiting global average temperature rise to well below 2 degrees centigrade is possible. Still, it's possible, and would transform the health of a child born today for the better right the way through their life. Even if there was no climate emergency, if we wanted a child and public health revolution, we could do that right now if we just did the things that are good for the planet. Woo! I've got one final message you'll be glad to know. We can't change the past, but we can change our probable future because we're creating it right now. I don't want you to give up your dreams. We need doctors who understand climate health and sustainability. We need architects and city planners who know about healthy cities. We need artists and musicians, regenerative farmers, someone to save the koalas. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't say in his famous civil rights speech, "I have a nightmare." He said, "I have a dream." We need your dreams. Thank you so much for showing up and taking action. And my sign is just a quote from the Lancet Commission. So thanks so much, you guys, for having me speak. And yeah, we're going to do this together.
Right, thank you so much. Now we're all going to try and get a bit warmer and go on a little march. Not little, yeah. Hey, let's go.
When I grow up, I want to be a lawyer. But scientists say when I'm 22 years old, the water's got too hot because we burn too much fossil fuels and kept making pollution. It's going to get hotter and hotter. When I'm 33 years old, we'll be running out of food and millions, maybe billions of people will be running away from wildfires, floods and storms. If we don't change, scientists say that when I'm 60 years old, there might not even be a world I can live in. It's still not too late, but soon it will be, and you have to do something now. The adults need to make a change quickly to give us a future, so we can live a dream, not a nightmare.